For latest astrology videos, subscribe Astrodify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to Astrodify. Today we are going to discuss what happens when Rahu is placed in Virgo and Ketu is in the sign of Pisces in anybody's chart. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. Today we are going to talk about the placement of Rahu and Ketu in Virgo and Pisces respectively. Before moving on to the results and conclusions here, if you do not know what Rahu and Ketu are, how they behave, how they control our lives, and what kind of things they symbolize in astrology, as well as from various other perspectives, I've made a video on that. You can view that video, watch that video. Its link is shown in the card section above as well as in the description. It's my request that you should watch that video in order to understand what Rahu and Ketu are, because there are quite a lot of misconceptions among people, particularly with respect to Rahu, Ketu, Saturn and Mars, because they are natural and functional malefics in most of the charts. And particularly Rahu and Ketu, because they do not have their any individual identity. They derive and borrow identity from other planets on whom they are dependent. Whether they are sitting in any zodiac sign, they are dependent on that planet, or they are sitting in any nakshatra, then they are dependent on that nakshatra lord. So the analysis of Rahu and Ketu becomes quite difficult. It's not easy as compared to other planets, because they are dependent on other planets and you have to see carefully that how they are acting. And in order to judge them properly in a chart, how they are going to behave, first you must understand what they really are and what they really signify and how they control our lives. So I have made that video from various other perspectives, not just from the perspective of astrology, but also from the perspective of astronomy, philosophy, and psychological aspects, how these planets impact us. So watch that video before knowing about these things further. So we are going to discuss 4 cases here today, 2 main cases and 2 sub cases within each in each main category. The first thing here is that whenever in anybody's chart, Rahu and Ketu are always in front of each other, and you have to see who is stronger among the two. So the planet who is stronger among the two, the other planet which is weaker than the other one, will give results by being under the domination of the stronger planet. So if Rahu is stronger, then Ketu will give results by being under the domination of Rahu, and vice versa. So we will take 2 major cases here. First, if Rahu is stronger than Ketu, then what will be the results? And it will include 2 sub cases. First will be that whether if Rahu is well placed, then what kind of results can be seen. If Rahu is badly placed, then what will be the results. And similarly, the second main case where if Ketu is stronger than Rahu, what will be the results, and the results of good Ketu as well as bad Ketu. So we are going to start with the first main case here. If Rahu is stronger than Ketu and it is sitting in the sign of Virgo and Ketu in Pisces, what kind of results we can expect. And the first sub case we are going to start with, that if Moon, Mercury and the Lagna Lord, the ascendant Lord, are well placed in the chart, then how Rahu is going to behave here, what kind of results can be expected. So if this is the scenario happening in the chart, then Rahu's placement here is considered quite good and excellent, because Rahu functions very well in earth signs. Rahu is exalted in Taurus. For Virgo, some people consider Virgo as Rahu's own sign or Mool Trikona sign, but it is not the case. Rahu's own sign is Aquarius. We will discuss that later in future videos. But Rahu in placement of Virgo is also considered very auspicious, very powerful. If Rahu is functioning fine, then it has tremendous capacities to induce and give a lot of good characteristics in the personality of the person. So what are those things? Let's discuss. So if Rahu is stronger and if it is well placed, it is receiving support from Moon, Mercury and Lagna Lord in the chart, then it makes person quite intelligent, clever, smart, logical, rational, practical, mature. And person does not only learns from the books, They learn mainly from the life experiences, how the things function in the real world, because Rahu is not books, it's not only institutional knowledge. Rahu learns from the daily activities of life, learns from the behavior of the people, learns from the surroundings in which it lives. So it makes person quite quick at learning, also clever, but also street smart. You know, you can be good at bookish knowledge, but at the same time you know that how the things function in the real world, it is mostly different from the things written in the text. So Rahu understands these things here and gives that worldview to the person. Apart from that, if Mercury is well placed, as I mentioned, it makes person quite scientific, sharp, gives sharp memory, quick learning, good communication style. Mercury's communication, and Rahu, if it is well placed in this case, it enhances that. It enhances not only the learning, not only the thought process, but also a good communication and expression ability is also given by Rahu. So the person is not only able to think deeply, but also they are able to express their vision, their thoughts in a lucid way to the people. Whether it is in a written format, it is in a spoken format, it does not matter. Also, if other planets are well placed, Rahu also increases curiosity towards learning various languages. So that's also seen here in some cases. Apart from that, Rahu also has capacity to increase observation skills. It gives keen observation. It makes person detail oriented and research oriented. Person seeks perfection in any task, and it also enhances curiosity to a higher extent. It can be towards any subject. It depends on the chart, but it increases curiosity because Rahu and Mercury both are logic and reason. So here the person most of the times wants to learn what is the reason, what is the fact, what is the mechanism behind the thing if something is happening. So that curiosity is seen here. And if other planets are well placed, it also brings a very good trait, that is of deep conceptual thinking. Means person is able to connect the dots and see the pattern, and also holds on to the fundamental understanding of a subject. It can be anything, but this is a trait which can be seen here. So conceptual deep thinking and a pattern seeking ability to connect the dots and see the big picture. That's the thing. So Rahu is not only detail oriented, but also Rahu is what? Expansion. So it is trying to extrapolate the things which it has gathered, the knowledge which it has gathered from one subject, and apply that to another subject or a area, and see a big picture by connecting the dots through a pattern. And this is not seen in every case, but yes, if Mercury is well placed, Jupiter and Saturn are well placed, then this can be seen. So this is a very good trait of Rahu which is possible definitely in this placement. Apart from that, it makes person innovative and inventive. And at the same time, Rahu is a planet which is never satisfied. It always tries to think that what is missing out, what is there which is lacking. I want to fulfill that thing which is lacking out. So that's why it increases that innovation and inventive skill in the person. It can be in any field, it depends, but Rahu has a capacity to give this. Also, needless to say, it makes person more calculative, logical, foresighted, analytical, strategic, very tactful and resourceful. So a person can adjust and accommodate in limited resources to benefit in a maximum way here. So Rahu is like that. And also, if other planets are well placed, it gives very good business acumen to the person. So it's not seen in every case, but it is seen here. Most of the times, person can be very business minded. They are more entrepreneurial. They have good understanding of the commercial and economic world and the functioning of the material reality, whether it's in the form of money or business or people or relations or law or government, how these things work. So Rahu gives this information and knowledge about these things, so that you can work along with them, and you can establish yourself in particularly if you are business oriented, then this can be seen in a very a positive manner. And apart from that, Rahu also makes person quite factual, argumentative, yet diplomatic and critical in communication style. So Rahu never fights, but Mercury and Rahu are logic and reason, as well as they are also the planets. I will not say they are the planets of ambition. You can say that, okay, they are the planets of greed as well. So most of the times, yes, the Rahu enhances a lot of desires in this case. You can term it as greed, but it will be a negative term. It can be seen, though. It can be seen. Rahu enhances this. A greed means a lot of desires, which means the person never feels satisfied. That is what greed is. So Rahu can give this. Even if you are tremendously successful in your life, still that feeling of emptiness is there, because Ketu is in opposition in Pisces, and Ketu in Pisces means loss of desires or some kind of inner sense of emptiness or feeling of dissatisfaction can prevail. No matter how successful you become, no matter how many desires you had and they were fulfilled, still there is some lack, something which is still not there. The person feels like this. Then Rahu also gives easy knowledge, skill, or high interest in the fields of science, technology. It makes person quite tech savvy also. Also, it's good for finance or business, as I mentioned. Means more driven towards money. So money or technology. So finance or stock market or investments or business, to attain more wealth and earn big money and fulfill huge material accomplishments in life, and at the same time through the use of technology, that can be seen here. However, Rahu is a planet which brings material success in this case. If other planets are well placed, it is a very good situation for having material progress and success in life. But the thing here is that it gives attachment with that also. Means the accomplishments which you had, it brings good material success in life, but the person is attached also to their material accomplishments in life. It can be anything. It can be people, relations, or your properties, your money, your status, your position, anything. It can be anything. So it brings that attachment also along with accomplishments, because Rahu is moha. Moha means attachment. And Rahu is also lobha. Lobha means greed. So you are, the thing is, in this case, mostly it is seen that the person, because as I mentioned, the dissatisfaction always is there most of the time. So person is in a continuous chase of material world or Maya. Let's suppose you had an initial desire that I want to reach at this position in my life. You reach there. Still you feel I am not very content. Now you will make another goal in your life, a higher goal than that, and you will pursue that. And when you reach there also, then also you will say, oh, I am not very satisfied here. So this becomes an infinite loop throughout the life of the person. So you reach at your target position by hard work and cleverness and intelligence and resourceful attitude and everything. But when you reach there, you find yourself that, okay, I have now reached the top. Now still there is something lacking, because Ketu is in front of Rahu in Pisces. So it becomes a continuous chase of Maya. That can be seen here, until and unless some excellent spiritual combinations are not there, and Ketu is also not equally powerful. If Ketu is equally powerful then as Rahu, and other spiritual combinations are happening, if these things are not there, then mostly the life can be materially successful life. You have everything, no doubt you work hard, but the thing is that the contentment, that satisfaction will not come, and this becomes a continuous chase of material world in this case. Apart from that, person here is not a very big follower of law and order or dharma. Dharma means your duty, your responsibility in your life. And Rahu is a businessman. Rahu is breaker of law. So person here does what you can say, uses loopholes tactfully or resourcefully to make things happen or what they want. So that can be seen. But if Rahu is well placed, as I mentioned, and Jupiter and ninth house, you have to see Jupiter and ninth house in this case. If they are well placed, then indulgence in high corruption, malpractices, illegal activities, unethical behavior, immorality won't be there. It won't be there. Person is materially ambitious, they work hard, they attain it. Even if they are using some kind of loopholes tactfully to make things happen and go on their go in their way, but the corruption and malpractices and all criminal, unethical, immoral behavior won't be seen. This is the characteristic of favorable Rahu. No doubt you have to see the condition of Jupiter and ninth house, because Jupiter and ninth house are your moral actions, your belief system. Rahu is not that. But however, as I mentioned, it brings a lot of good characteristics and excellent placement. It is considered excellent placement for material success. Now we will talk about the second case. If Rahu is in Virgo and it is stronger than Ketu, but it is badly placed, means it is not receiving support from Mercury. Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are badly placed in the chart. Rahu is making negative combinations, and you have to see other planets also. So it can bring a lot of negative behavior here, which we are going to discuss. But before moving on to it, there is a warning here that don't jump to conclusions. Take this as a source of information, because what I am discussing here is a general description. I don't know where your Rahu is placed, in what house, with what planets, where Mercury is, in what nakshatra it is placed, in Navamsha and Dashamsha and other divisional charts, how the situations are, and what are the dashas going on. So, and already I have mentioned that Rahu and Ketu analysis is extremely difficult. People who think that it is easy, they are in a, what you can say, living in a fantasy. The thing is that you have to see very minutely that how they are placed. So, what the things I'm going to tell now, take them as a source of information, but Rahu has full capacity to generate this negative behavior as well. So if Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are badly placed and Rahu is making negative combinations, the more negativity will increase, the more negative behavior will be there. So Rahu can give here extremely high selfish behavior. You do not consider anybody emotionally or physically or in any manner. You do not care about anybody except for yourself. Selfish, extremely selfish behavior, because that is Rahu. Person becomes blindly materialistic. For you, hedonistic lifestyle is like worship of God, like that. So you are extremely blindly materialistic. Wealth, luxuries, pleasure, power, status, show off, and sensory gratification of every kind becomes the only source of living, means the only motive for living. That's the only thing. The person is so blind that they cannot, even if the life circumstances force them to, still they are so blind that they are not able to understand the fact that there is still something higher than this material world. Try to see it. Rahu never lets them do this. Person only worships money, nothing else, because Mercury and Rahu are businessmen. And here, Rahu becomes such a shrewd, sleazy businessman who only worships money. Also, it makes person excessively opportunistic, ungrateful, deceptive, deceitful, dishonest, extremely manipulative, and extremely greedy. The person has extremely good communication style where they can convince anybody and they can cheat them. That can be seen. It increases conspiring, cunning behavior. We can see frauds with this of any kind. Liars. Because Rahu is what? Lying. And Mercury is what? Communication. So manipulation. And in this case, lying is not going to be in a form where person lies totally on the faces. No, not like that. It will be half truth and half lie. Mostly like that. So it becomes a very twisted, carefully what you can say, designed lie in this case. That is what we call manipulation. Also, Rahu becomes extremely fearful and distrusting of others. Because Rahu is what? Rahu brings attachment, and attachment brings a lot of fear. Of fear of what? Fear of losing things. So it increases distrust, it increases fear, it increases anxiety, and it increases extreme attachment with worldly things. And person here attains money and income, no doubt. They can attain a lot of wealth, a lot of material success if the yogas are there. But through corruption, illegal activities, malpractices only. It will never be through what you can say such legal, ethical and immoral way. Moral way. It will not be in that way, because Rahu never permits it. If it is badly placed, most of the time person attains income through these activities. But at the same time, Rahu can bring financial instability as well, or high fluctuations, very high or very low. Sometimes you are at the peak of your financial progress, or sometimes you hit the rock bottom. Any of those things can be seen. It can give loans and debts. We can see corporate criminals, white collar criminals with this. Embezzlers, frauds, scamsters, money launderers, people who do excessive tax evasion, run Ponzi schemes, all those things, or con artists. It is a placement for these things. Then Rahu has capacity to generate mental problems of every kind. Is from a smaller level to a extremely higher level, whether it is anxiety, fear, phobia. Most of the time it can give in this scenario OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, depression, psychosis. Every kind of mental disorder can be seen. Everything. We can see sociopaths with this, not psychopaths mostly, mainly sociopaths. Then health, you have to see the yogas. Remember this, again I am saying, don't jump to conclusion. Treat this as a source of information. Now with respect to health, it can create problem related to digestive system, like GI, gastrointestinal system, urinary system. Neurological problems can be seen, and most of the times it gives chronic health problems which never go away. Rahu also can give bad companies and bad habits, like addictions of every kind, whether it is substance abuse, alcohol, smoking, gambling, sex addiction, any kind of addiction which you call. Then Rahu here brings what you can say, it still brings cleverness, but the thing is that the decision making becomes very poor, in a way that the person thinks that they are extremely intelligent, other people are fools. They can sometimes they get their way also, the way they want, but ultimately the other people realize that what they are. So decision making also, in a short term perspective it is fine, but in a long term perspective Rahu gives a very bad decision making in this case. So if it is good Rahu, then Rahu gives a long term approach as well, keeping in mind that what you have to do in the present moment. But in this case, what happens? No long term approach, only you are thinking about a near term, short term future, where you will take such bad decisions. Later on the future disrupts completely. This is how it can be seen, because Rahu is what? Give me right now. I'm not going to wait long in future. I want right now the things. Let's suppose people who lose their money in stock markets or any in gambling areas, and they are going on and going on and going on until and unless they become completely bankrupt or homeless. That can be seen with this Rahu, because the greed is so high, but you do not have a long term vision. That if I'm going to invest right now, if the investment is sound, I have done some proper analysis behind that, and I know that okay, I'm able to, even if I completely lost, I'm able to bear the loss. If you are not able to understand this, what will happen? This is the characteristic of good Rahu. If Rahu is good, then only the person will do this. But if Rahu is bad, what they will do? They will be so tempted by the result that you are going to earn $1 million just by an investment of 10,000. What will happen? You become a victim of that and you end up losing everything. So, and a very bad thing which happens, Rahu initially gives sometimes success also. Let's suppose you invested and Rahu gives some profit. And later on what happens? That you invest more and you end up losing everything. So Rahu generates what? more addiction to that thing, more temptation, more greed. That okay, now I betted, I won. Now I should invest more, or I should bet more money. And then when you bet more money, you end up losing everything. That is how Rahu behaves. If it is bad, then it gives the initial success with sudden and permanent downfall in later life. If it is bad, it will happen definitely. And at the same time, along with the many problems, particularly a bad legacy, a bad name, and people get exposed. Uh, your real face is going to be in front of the people sooner or later. If Rahu is bad, it will happen. Then we can see it can also give court cases, debts, diseases, career or reputation loss, financial struggle, problems with enemies, scandals, controversies, scams, etc., etc., all kind of problems if it is bad. And people who are corrupt in any field, whether they are politicians, bureaucrats, in corporate, in any area, we can see in media, in teaching, anything where people are corrupt. Where, and when I say corrupt, it's not only taking bribery or doing anything else like those activities. Corruption means you are also propagating misinformation and twisting the facts, because mainly Virgo is logic, reason and information. So we can see fundamentalists and bigots also, who are acting in a way creating bipolarization among the people in the society, or populism in the society for their own selfish motives to gain political what you can say achievements, that can be seen. So we can see these people here. Now no doubt this is a really negative aspect, but as I mentioned, you have to take this as a source of information. Now we will talk about the second case here, that is Ketu. If Ketu is stronger than Rahu, then what will happen? Now if Ketu is stronger than Rahu, and if Moon, Jupiter and Lagna Lord are well placed, then Ketu will be a very good planet here, and it can bring a lot of positive results and traits in nature or personality of the person. What can be those things? And remember, now the things which we will talk about, they will be completely opposite to what we have discussed, because Rahu and Ketu are both strong in these signs, but you have to see who is stronger. So if Ketu is stronger, then the personality characteristics will be totally different. So if Ketu is well placed, then what happens? It is still a very favorable sign for Ketu, and it makes person more introvert, peaceful, calm, nature loving, isolation loving. Person loves a solitary environment. It is not like that they are fed up of their loneliness. They are fond of isolation, and it brings them or energy, or rejuvenates them. So this is a very good thing with Ketu in this case, and also it increases fondness for travel, to be near the nature. It also increases simplicity in life. So you can be materially successful because Rahu is in front in Virgo, but still you are more connected to your grounds or roots, and you are also gradually with the life experiences, you have increment in gradual detachment toward material world. If that is happening, the person becomes more simplistic in nature gradually, no matter how successful they are. Also, it can make person more driven towards spiritual life. It can make person philosophical, religious. It gives interest in mysterious things and subjects like occult science, like Jyotish, Vastu Shastra, palmistry, all these things. Then it makes person quite intuitive, more imaginative, because Ketu is intuition, something, because Rahu is in Virgo. Rahu completely depends on logic. Ketu in Pisces means you are more driven towards the things which you feel. It's like sixth sense. So it's like a gut feeling. So Ketu becomes makes person more intuitive and imaginative, rather than more of obsessing on logic every time. Then it also increases optimism in the person. Person sees possibilities in things. Still the thing which I mentioned about big picture in Rahu's placement, that is seen in this case also. So person sees possibilities, person sees the big picture with the help of knowledge of various areas, and they also know that this is a quite good thing than Rahu's placement, that Rahu can give the ability to see the big picture, but the person in Ketu's placement has one more additional aspect, that the person is aware of their own consequences as well. If I'm going to choose a decision or make a decision, I should know that and accept. I should know and I should accept all the consequences, good or bad, which are going to come in front of me. So this capacity is also given by Ketu in this case. It makes person more insightful, gives quite deep thinking, particularly in isolation, research oriented, and it makes person driven towards higher self knowledge, makes you more abstract, more theoretical, gives a deep understanding of the subject. And it can be any subject, but if in terms of self knowledge I talk about, particularly philosophy or culture or religion, which teach you about yourself, those subjects are more profound. It does not mean that other subjects are not seen in this case. They can be. Also, Ketu gives gradual wisdom and detachment. It brings non-judgmental attitude, which is an excellent thing. Rahu does not give this. No matter how well it is placed, Rahu does not easily give this judgmental, non-judgment attitude. Rahu is mostly judging every time, even though it is not going to express that it is judging, but because it is very diplomatic. But it is always judging. Ketu does not. In this placement, it does not. If it is well placed, only if it is well placed. Otherwise, it will. So, non-judgmental behavior. Then future focused. Person who is more driven towards future, or and understand that there is some higher reality controlling the things. So it increases existential angst within the person, particularly with gradual life experiences. And if strong spiritual combinations or yogas are present in the chart, it gives viveka, means intelligence or discrimination between what is real and unreal. Vairagya means gradual detachment from the material world. And mumukshutva means intense longing or desire for liberation or moksha or enlightenment from this world, and to self-realize. So if strong spiritual combinations are present in the chart, then this placement of Ketu is considered excellent for all sorts of yogas, whether it is Jnana Yoga. I'm not talking about meditation here. I'm talking about the yogas, the spiritual paths. So Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, path of Raj Yoga, the path of meditation or Dhyana, then Karma Yoga, the path of action, and Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion or surrender. So all sorts of yogas are considered excellent in this case if Ketu is well placed and other spiritual combinations are happening in the chart. Then also, if it can also bring Brahmagyan, means extreme self-knowledge, and person is established in that, and Atma Bodha, self-realization. And the best thing which can be seen, it not only gives deep understanding, but also the application of the Jnana and Dharma, the thing which you understood, the thing which you learned. It makes you realize that you have to apply that on yourself. So that is a good thing. It is good for sannyas also, sannyas, dhyana, samadhi, everything. Then it increases in some scenarios, not every time. It increases intuitive capacities. Intuitive capacities means people who have some premonitions, who have some extra sensory perceptions, more than other people, normal people. That can be seen. It is also good for Tantra. Tantra philosophy. So these are excellent results for Ketu in Pisces if it is stronger than Rahu and it is well placed. Now we will talk about the last case. If Jupiter, Moon and the Lagna Lord are badly placed and Ketu is stronger than Rahu, then what can be the results which can be seen here? Again, I am saying don't jump to conclusion. Treat this as a source of information. And the results which we are going to talk about, no doubt they are quite negative. If Ketu is not getting the support from Jupiter or Moon or the Lagna Lord and the other combinations are bad, then Ketu will not function fine and it will have full capacity to generate extremely negative consequences in person's life. So what it can bring, let's see that. So it can increase sheer confusion. And remember, confusion can be seen in good Ketu placement also, but it removes gradually. Person initially in their lives, they were not very clear, and they did not had a good mental clarity about the things or the way where they have to go in life. But later on, they realize that. In this case, if it is bad, then it never happens. It gives you extreme confusion, misdirection. You do not know what you want to do, and every time what you will choose, it will always be bad for you. The things what happens here is that it corrupts the mind so much, and it makes the decision making power so poor that every time person decides those things only, chooses those things only which are never good for them. So anything which is good for them, they will never choose it. The thing which is bad for them, that they will always choose that. And at the same time, it brings excessive misdirection, cluelessness, lethargy, no willpower, no concentration, no attention span, and person is continuously lost in wild fantasies and impractical, immature, irrational, illogical, anxious, impatient, impulsive behavior can be seen here. And at the same time, what is Pisces? Loss of everything. So Ketu can bring loss of desires, but loss of desires in what capacity? That it's like it can be desire for means you have desire to fulfill in life. Let's suppose a person with bad Ketu here, they have a desire that okay, I want to be something in my life, I want to earn this much money in my life, but they do not have a direction, a concentration, and a willpower, and the determination or willingness to put efforts so that they can achieve this. So there are only thoughts, wild fantasies and imaginations, and person does not do anything in reality. So it's like living like a parasite. It can be seen. Apart from that, it can bring senseless and negative thoughts, excessive senseless and negative thoughts, extreme irrational fear, and it because see, now that existential anxiety which was there present in good Ketu, it will turn into meaninglessness and nihilism. In this case, person finds everything meaningless, unpurposeful, wasteful, and they succumb to nihilism ultimately, which can be seen. Then, and also hopelessness. Then what happens? It also can bring extreme emotional disturbances, emotional trauma of any kind. It can be emotional trauma created due to any life experiences or circumstances. Then it's also responsible for generating all kind of mental problems, every kind, from small to big. So fear, anxiety, panic, phobia, depression, suicidal behavior or tendencies. It brings extreme excessive dissatisfaction. It's not a mental disorder, it's a condition which can be seen in this Ketu if it is badly placed. Because even if it is badly placed or well placed, if it is well placed, the person will have dissatisfaction, but will also have a longing towards or inclination towards the spiritual life. But if it is badly placed, then it will not be there. It will only bring continuous dissatisfaction, and person never finds any happiness in life, even if they are resourceful, even if they are wealthy, even if they have things in life which other people do not. Still dissatisfaction will prevail. Then sadness and gloominess is always there in the mind. Ketu can also bring psychosis, personality disorders, insanity, or chronic mental disorders of every kind. At the same time, Rahu is in front, so it also corrupts the mind. In this case, we can see conspiracy or hoax thinkers with this. People who use occult subjects in a negative way. People who use occult subjects in a way like using black magic or other witchcraft activities which do not work, but they are using that in a negative way. That can be seen. Or wrong use of knowledge in any subject or field can be seen. Person can become easily influenced or brainwashed, and no self-thinking, addictions of all kinds, bad company, poor memory, no clear understanding of anything, deep existential crisis, but no ability to recognize that it is an existential crisis. Rather it becomes a continuous series of extreme dissatisfaction behavior, and the person does not know how to deal with it. Then it also can make person extremely orthodox or highly superstitious, where they can deny that, but yes, internally they are fearful and they can express this kind of tendency. It also can increase sleep problems and can give extremely bad nightmares. And that can be particularly people who see a lot of snakes which are harming them, or any animal which is harming them, or they are falling from a high place into a water. That can be mostly given by Ketu. Then it can teach, or this is a good thing because this has been seen in one example. It can teach or motivate people for nihilism and meaninglessness, extreme pessimism and death. One example which I remember is Jim Jones. He did not had Ketu in Pisces. He had Rahu in Pisces and Ketu in Virgo. The axis was same, but it was placement was different. But see that the destruction through twisted wrong philosophies and diseased mind active areas is reflected in his life. Jim Jones, in his chart it was there. So this I remember right now. So you can understand that how much negative Ketu is if it is badly placed in this scenario, and how much positive also it is. Well, not only Ketu but Rahu also. So Rahu and Ketu both are having the capability to bring a lot of positive aspects also if they are well placed, and negative aspects also if they are badly placed. So you have to see that how they are acting out in the chart. So I think you would have understood how these planets are going to give results in these signs if they are in Pisces or Virgo. So that's all from my side in this video today. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website and Facebook page. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.